So the first day I went to the library and the drive was so beautiful because spring is in full bloom right now in Princeton. And so I like to go to the second floor of the seminary library. There's really nice seating there and the windows are bright. So once I sat down, I started pulling up my Notion and just going over first my brain dump and seeing which tasks I needed to get done right away. And I started out doing some wedding planning and updating some of the tasks for that. My wedding is coming up in June 1st, which at this point it's already passed, but back in April I was in full-blown wedding planning grind mode, so going through those different tasks, and at the same time I was also doing my finals. And so here you can see me prepping the material that I eventually used to write my final paper for that class. It took me a long time. I ended up actually writing 30 pages for that paper, but I didn't do it all in one sitting. Thankfully, I did a lot of research beforehand. It's nice to have a place to go to work, like the library, that's free and accessible to students. So I try to make use of that when I can, but honestly, I end up doing a lot of work just in my apartment. So then I made my way back home for the day, and it was about 4 p.m. And so the first thing I do is I get an after school snack. I love making Maggie. I've been on this Maggie kick for a while now. And just a quick trick that I would recommend is pouring the contents of the spice package into the water first and letting it dissolve and then putting your noodles in. This just helps for the flavor to evenly distribute. But Maggie was originally marketed as an after-school snack to kids, and here I am in my master's program, literally eating the same thing as I ate when I was a kid, but it never gets old for me, so here we are. I had a call that day to discuss my future PhD goals with my professor. In this call, I discussed with him my research goals and interests being about Indian American theology, and what this looks like for me is I've been studying ethnography and researching Indian American churches in the US. He was able to advise me on how to go about my PhD aspirations, and as I begin to start applying this fall. On Sunday mornings, my husband and I go to church. We go to church in Philly, which is about a 40-minute drive from Princeton with no traffic, and there's no traffic on Sundays, so it's kind of nice. The service doesn't start till 11:15, so I'm still able to sleep in. I usually sleep in until 9 a.m. and Sundays are my wash day, so I wash my hair and I do my full hair routine. And here I'm just doing my makeup routine. I like to do more makeup on Sundays because it's like the one day a week that I really feel like I get to put on makeup. I don't like to wear a lot of makeup because I don't like to take it off, honestly, and it's not that good for my skin. But on Sundays I like to wear a decent amount of makeup, and I like to do a soft glam look.
But doing my makeup is usually one of the reasons why I'm always running late to church. One of my hobbies was always thrifting in Chicago. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to thrift a lot here in Princeton, but I still wear a lot of the clothes that I've been thrifting for years now. After I get all ready, it's usually time to make my coffee. Sometimes I just skip making coffee and get Starbucks because that's what my husband likes to get on Sunday mornings. But I like to make my own coffee when I can and if I have time. And I usually just take it to go in the car. My coffee routine is pretty amateur at this point. I do have some years of experience working as a barista, so I know a little bit about coffee and how it's supposed to taste. And I'm trying to work on my skills slowly without spending too much on the products, because honestly it's a very expensive habit, and so I'm trying to stay committed on a low budget and work my way up slowly. But honestly, the routine I have works really well for me, Like in this video, I grind beans that are already ground, and they were ground recently, but I found that this works kind of well, and there was nothing wrong with it. And I'm sure that people would tell you there's so much wrong with it, but it was ground to like a coarse grind, but then I just grinded it more to a finer grind size and used it for espresso. And so because it was fresh, I felt like it still worked, and it still tastes good, and I feel like at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
I'm following you. I don't know what to get. Why are you just go for these?
Because that's not vanilla bean. Because this says vanilla bean.
Brace the vlog. Brace it.
So I was looking at these ones that are like 25 marked.
Gang.
We got the chairs locked and loaded. The next day is Monday morning, and I just begin to do my daily routine. I'm all ready for the day, and now one of the first things I do in the morning is yoga. I don't do this every single day. I try to do it 2 or 3 times a week, and I only do it for 10 or 15 minutes because I'm notorious for overcommitting to new hobbies, and I always commit way too much and then end up quitting. And so this time I'm trying to slowly build up the habit so that it can be more sustainable. I eat breakfast every single day, mostly because the minute I wake up, I'm really hungry, and if I don't eat before noon, I start feeling lightheaded. And I try to eat like a big breakfast because honestly, I hate cooking multiple meals a day, and so I just make large breakfast that turns into a brunch, and then I snack in the afternoon and then don't eat again until dinner. But for breakfast, I've been making something that has like fruit in it, and it's usually overnight oats or parfait bowl, and I make my morning coffee to go with it. And I'm trying to really work on my latte art. As you can see, it's not that good, but I've been trying to get better.
We got this new air fryer because our old air fryer was broken, and we actually realized there was a callback on it, so we checked the warranty and they sent us a new air fryer, and so we got to set it up this week. It was a little hard being without an air fryer for a few days because we cook so many things in the air fryer, but it was nice to have it back and better than ever. The next day I went to the tailor to pick up a few blouses that I had stitched for the wedding. I found this Tamil lady who has a sewing business out of her garage, and she specializes in stitching Indian clothes like blouses. So I took the blouses that I've been wanting to get stitched for a while to her.
Hey, yo, Kendrick's winning 2-0 right now, bro. I'm bombed with the
Where am I?
Oh no, I'm gonna die. This is fun. You don't need to be. No, hit the thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, bro.
No.
I'm gonna do vegetable now. What am I? 11.